Hello everybody, this is Noemi Smith. In case you don't know me, I am a clay sculptor with over 20 years of experience making art tools, and recently I start also making baby dolls, which we many times we turn into I work with silicone mostly, but I have a few vinyl kits, and this is the introduction part for our painting a vinyl kit, which is also known as painting a reborn doll or reborning a doll, however you want to call it. If you never heard of it, this is an introduction for the full class that I have available. If you purchase the class, awesome, you will be able to continue watching the full class, which is divided in, I believe it's like 8 videos, about 8 hours of class, where I explain from the beginning to the end and how I paint my vinyl kits. I just wanted to make you aware. I do not support the knockoffs and the fake stolen kits that are sold in markets like eBay, Amazon, Mercury, AliExpress, and I'm Shane. Yeah, I was forgetting that Shane site. These kits are reproduced without the consenting of the sculpture, and I'm telling you this from my own experience as a sculptor. I have 3 kits that I made myself. Is the famous Vlad the vampire, the Alaric the werewolf, and the Farnus kit. Those are the 3 sculptures that I was able to turn into vinyl kits. As the things go, we have to sculpt the doll. That's a lot of work and also material expend. We finish sculpting and all of that, spend several months working in one piece, and then we send it to a factory to be reproduced. There is no factories here in the USA, so it pretty much has to be done in Germany and China most likely. But that's how it goes. It's not like we are talking down below to somebody else's, or we have somebody else reproducing the kits from us. That is a huge investment. I'm gonna tell you like a rough price from 5 years ago when I started doing my vinyl kits. It was about $5,000 to $6,000 investment. Maybe by now, when you're watching this video and with all the economical changes, is even more, just to create your molds and to have the reproduction of the kits. Many times you're not allowed to choose or reproduce 10 or 20. You will have to do like a minimum quantity of 40 or 50 or 100, depending on what factory you're working in. This is a lot of work and a lot of investment. And what happens with the fake kits, they have nothing to do with the sculpture. They have nothing to do with the real sculptor. What happens there is that all of these are the kits that I have been collecting. All of these are authentic. Somebody buys the kit and I don't know what's wrong with some people, or they're just trying to get away with doing illegal things. They buy the kit and they think that because they buy the blank kit, they have the right, that gives them the right to reproduce. Even to reproduce this in silicone. That's why mold making class for silicone sculptures is something that I have to talk to the person, and knowing that the person is a sculptor and it has experience, because not everybody can just learn to replicate a clay sculpture, because they can do the same with the vinyl kit. They even have a Facebook group online, which many of us are blocked from it, and they buy the kit and they brag about, and then they say, oh, I am ready to send this to the factory, and they charge like $50 for a kit. A blank kit, an original kit, it will be a minimum of probably 90, 100, and sometimes go to 120. And many times we offer free shipping for our kids. So these people doing this probably have a decent budget, because you still have to invest a lot to just make the molds and produce the kits. But they are selling it for $50. If you see any kits sell for $50 and under, you know 100% sure is a knockoff, a fake kit, and these kits do not support the sculpture at all. And just think about it, in case many people put the excuse that I cannot afford to pay $100, I cannot afford to pay, I want to collect as many kits as I want, I'm doing this as a therapy, blah blah blah. I mean, You can put as many excuses as you want to. I will not support knockoffs ever. And many of the people that work with me and our friends, and they made out the shows, they make shows, those shows here in the United States, they do not support that sale of fake knockoff kits either. Okay, so when you're buying a kit, please, and that I'm telling you this because of my class, the painting class. I don't want to encourage you at all to buy a knockoff kit. You can just simply go, oh, this is a Bountiful Baby certificate or the vampire that I modified for the class. You can simply go to Bountiful Baby. They do have very nice looking kits and affordable, because many of the kits are scans of real babies. That's pretty cool. They do work with some sculptures too. But anyway, sometimes you might find kits for $50 on here. This is how I started. I actually buy even the second quality kits from Bountiful Baby, because they were sometimes $30 back in those days. I don't know, sometimes they do have a clearance or something like that. If you can not totally afford anything for having a nice looking doll, that will be your first. And sometimes, many times, they have sales. Oh, the poor place of enchanted creatures. My gosh, they are the ones who have the most kids stolen, because I have here the elves. I like to keep my kids on bags like that. The house elves, or what they call them. These are my favorites too, to reborn. I have some of my kids here I want to show you. I might not have the time to do that. But they have the kids stolen all the time. And this is crazy, because I bought the kit from her for $50. Sometimes you can get a good deals from the direct sellers. Please do not support the sale of knockoffs. My favorite, going back to the real kits, these are all, I know, oh, look at that. That's Cindy Musgrove, one of my favorite sculpture. These are all my collection of certificates. Remember, I keep telling you, go to a retail store for a baby doll store, like Irresistibles, Dolls by Sandy, MacPherson in Canada, and there is official dealers also in Australia and the UK. Please do your research and find the place that really sell the kit. The first call of all, it will be the price. Kits like these are about $100, and like I said, many times it will be free shipping, and includes a cloth body. The cloth body many times is worth up to $15, and I myself include the cloth bodies with my dolls. Another thing, you have to look for it. Oh, this girl is tangled here. Many times, and I do that myself. Wait, it doesn't want to come out. Andrea Arcello. Many times you will see the signature of the artist here. So if you get something with numbers and codes, that is most likely not going to be a real one. I loved her sculptures too. I have several, and this is just some of them that I really need to get to paint. They all come in different colors and different colors. Oh, this is Marita Winters. Marita Winters also has tiny bitty kits that you can get it for $50, maybe even under when they're this tiny. She has smaller kits too, and another from Cindy Musgrove. This is the cute the Chihuahua. This is a beautiful kit too. And I think that's all I was trying to cover here. Please support the sculpture. In my case, that was one thing that took me down from making more dolls. So, because people keep asking me if I'm going to come up with a new doll, I was lucky enough to not have any of my dolls. I hope any of my dolls are illegally reproduced. I was lucky enough to not, but I am so afraid of having my dolls being reproduced like that I simply won't be making more vinyl kits. And I know many of my collectors are sad about that, but I'm sorry. Things like this can happen. Just think about it. What if your sculptures, because of these, they start losing sales where they are, and that just discourages them from keep sculpting? Tell me who is going to recast sculptures that don't exist. That would be very sad. So I'm going to leave you with that to think about, okay? Now, if you purchase the class, you will be watching the class. If you did not, we have a free presentation that will be always be available in my YouTube channel right here.